Hello, and welcome back to the Postal Pleasure channel. We're here with yet another lot of German stamps from the Goodwill haul that I got a few weeks ago. This, I think, is now part 7, if I'm not mistaken, of the fat bag of German stamps. I think there had to be over 1,000 stamps in the bag. We're getting down there. I see the light at the end of the tunnel now. I think we can wrap it up in 4 or 5 more videos, which is still pretty crazy. A lot of work here. I've started with a small lot today. I did some pre-sorting. Again, I didn't look at every stamp, but I tried to make logical piles, and I think this is mostly DDR and related stuff. And if I run out of this, I've got some other small piles we'll bring in just to try to move things along here. So, if you want to see some DDR stamps, let's dig in. You might recall in the last video, I was thrilled to find the very first DDR issue, which is a fairly high value stamp. I'd never seen it before. I was pretty happy with that. Take a look if you haven't seen it. I'll toss a link up now. So here we have, this is a fairly early one as well. I think late 40s, early 50s. Let's put this in the top corner here, if I can get it aligned. Here we have, this is either DDR or Soviet zone. A little staining on the front and back. Very hard to tell the difference. You have to look at the watermarks, which are prohibitively hard to read. This is a neat one, 1953, with a couple of lions. DDR, wonderful. Start that at the top as well. I'll sort them by size, most likely, in this one, or shape. That way they can go vertically based on their shapes. So in this case we have a 1956, some more nice early stuff. This one looks mint hinged. Now these can be good. These are early as well. And they can have some pretty decent values. Of course I don't have them memorized, so I don't know exactly what value these two will be. But could be a few dollars a piece, up to maybe 20 for some of the better ones in that series. These are fairly early as well. It's very likely that everything here will be somewhat on the earlier side. Carl Zeiss. This one here was Ernst Abel, if you're not able to see that. But part of a Carl Zeiss series, it looks like. DDR. Again, all these I expect to be DDR for the most part. As I say that, of course, as soon as I say it, we have a regular German Empire that snuck in. I'll put that in the other corner. Here we have some bicycling cyclists. It's a cycling race, it looks like. 1955. Here we have a few famous people. Thomas Mann. And a second Thomas Mann. It looks like a mint and a used. Here we have a woman holding a baby. I'm not going to try to read the description there. And we've seen this in some of my other videos. Certainly a stamp I have already, but nice. Here we have what looks like a radio tower of some sort with a post horn. And this one looks like a satellite of some sort. I'll put that one there. I'm not sure what that one's celebrating. This one has an airplane. 1958. Airplane and a train. Something atomic there. And this is part of, I believe, a museum series. Two here. 1956. This looks like it's part of the Carl Zeiss series. I'm going to put it here just because of its shape. And here we have 57 with a, looks like a diesel locomotive. And here we have it's a Russian space achievement of some type from 1959, but I'm not sure the name of it. And it's a big stamp, so we're going to go up there in a new column. And I seem to have a lot of this shape, so I might take this space now while it's still available. What's that? Does it say? It actually does not say. Surprising. DDR. That one there. Now this one has an overprint that I don't think is is an overprint on the stamp and not part of the original stamp. I'm not going to try to read the whole thing, but I'm sure you'll see it in the pictures later. This one is a pre-cancel. I mean a canceled order, I should say. I suspect this one is as well. Lots of cancels an order from East Germany. Let's see, this is part of the same series as the one above it, so the 20 and the 25, this time with a ship. 500 years of University of Greifswald, if I stumbled over that a little bit, but it was all part of the same series so far, I believe. There. Now here's one of these that, if I remember correctly, and I've said this before, is Robert Schumann. It was issued twice, once with somebody else's music in the background. I'd have to look closer to figure out which one this is. I think that might be the last one there in that line. Here we have Postrider from 1563, and the stamp is 1957. Very nice. And I can't read the script there to read the person's name. I'm going to move these aside. I'm going to take the big one now. And this is always a fun one. It's postmarked 1960. Put it up there. Ship model and ship drawings. Alexander Humboldt. 1959 it looks like. Here's a stamp from 57. Wonderful blue. What an interesting color. And let's see, I'm going to grab this one because it's, I feel like it was a duplicate, but maybe not. Oh yeah, it matches this one right here. Just different color, so a 20 and a 25. And I feel like this must be part of the same set as well. I'll set them side by side since we're wrapping up soon. Although I'll probably grab another pinch just to make this video use up a few more of these stamps. So here we have what looks like some sort of mining operation or dredging, I'm not sure. And this one here is ships going through an archway. 3 very large ships. I don't see a date here, but you know what, I'll fill this hole because there's room. And then lastly here I have a couple of Soviet Zone like we saw in the last video. So I will put those up there. And what will I do next? I think I'm going to try to grab some officials. I know we've seen a lot of officials, but this ought to come close to wrapping it up. So let's get started with some officials, and I'll work down the side as normal. So we've definitely seen most of these before. You know, there's enough room here. Maybe I can try to organize them by type a little bit. Let's see what we do. We're gonna 5, 10, 20. Let's see, we've got this 5 here. This down a little further. Yeah, we're gonna run out of room trying to do this as well. Very nice, low. Now here's one we haven't seen yet. So this is Württemberg official that's now been. Actually, this may just be a Württemberg official. I would have to see whether these were used, or remind myself whether these have been used by German Empire as well. Another official. I think I've given up on trying to put them in any order. Another 5, 100, 75, 30, 50. Nice 2. Love that one. Nice used 2. And I mentioned this a few videos ago, that, and I'm looking at the others now quickly. No, I don't see it. But some of these, you see this 15 here. I'll grab this for an example. This 15 with the 21 of it is actually the earlier series. And then the next series out printed the similar design without the 21 on the top corners. So something to watch out for. I'll find a home for these side by side. I wonder if we find any more of those. I don't have too many with the 24 in the corner, 21 in the corner. And this is again from, I believe, the first series. We found one of these in the last video. That's great. Hopefully we'll find more. Let's see. Grab that set there. Here we have a Paul Von Hindenburg. I'll set him over here. We're still on screen. Yeah, that's lost to that one. And did I have one of these already? No, maybe not. I'm not seeing it. And here is another of this early series, a 5 and a 10 now. I'd love to find some used ones of those. Come on, here's this 30 again. Here's a hyperinflation. Another Eagle 10 used. Here we go. There's a 20 in that design, eagle in a circle. Here is the swastika in a wreath. Here is a $1 or 1 mark 25 mint. There's another used 2. I think there's some mint mark, or not mint mark, some watermark varieties to look for in those. Here's the 40 in red. Let's see, I'll put that there. 20. There we go. 10, 2 million over 10. That looks like it's seen a rough life. Just got a stain, and it looks like ink loss on the front. 1 million over 75. And 75 over 50, and then finally a beautiful 50. Let's see here. Do I have room for a little more? I think I can. So let me go back to the bag and just grab a pinch out of here and see how we do. Probably more than I can do, but so it looks like we have some hyperinflations here. Again, we've seen these as well. There we go. 2 million over 2, 2 million over 5, 2 million, right? Yeah, 2 million over 300 marks. I'll put this one over here as it's not an overprint. 2 million, 5 million. 30 million, 800,000. That is an overprint actually, so 800,000 over 10. 800,000 over 1,000. These are stacked quite tight. Let's see, 800,000 over either 3 or 500. I'm thinking 500. 800,000 over 400, 800,000 over 400 again, but different color, 50 million, 75,000 over 300, 20,000, and these appear to all be mint, 20,000 over a 12 mark, 500,000, that series, 1 million of that series that I dare say is just barely on. 75,000 over 300. Now we've seen that one a second ago. I'm going to put it there. Possible there could be a color difference, but I'd have to research them. I think this is a 1 billion over 100 mark. So that's probably the big one. Here we have just an eagle. Here we have a Germania series with a nice top half of a circular date stamp and actually a nice Dresden on that one. 1926, 1922 on that one. 30,000 over 200. 10 million to go in this set. And do I have room here? Barely. So a 30,000 over 10. Let's see, I'll move Germania over. We've got a 20. Here we have a Perfin, but I'm having a real hard time reading it. Looks like B V something. At the back, it still has a little paper on the back, I think. Maybe not. Very hard to see, and the maybe isn't. Maybe not all are letters. So that's gonna need a loop for me to tell what it is. Paul Von Hindenburg with the selvage folded over the back. I like it when the selvage is attached, especially when it has bars on it like that or any other writing. Another Paul Von Hindenburg. I'll just lay that on top. We'll look at this. We're into a lot of Paul Von Hindenburgs. So let's work our way across. I know this may be mostly off screen, but this will be the last pinch from this for this video. You know, I'm probably better off going down the side over here. So Paul 1. These are almost going to be in order 3. Put this one down here instead. 4, 5. Let's see here. 10. Look at that. 12. Different color 12, so that'll probably be from a different series. Then a 25. Then up here we had the 30, the 40, and now I'll drop a 60 here. And lastly, we have a composer, a Beethoven, right there. Actually, I'll put it in when there's more room. And we have filled our slate. Thanks for watching, and I think this was number 7, so next up is number 8.